I'm going to just mention our blog. I just finished a 4-part series on Windows 10 recovery, and there's another blog up today. I blogged about President Bush's funeral. And again, I blog 6 times a week. I'm getting lots of little notes from people that they're really finding the blog post useful. They usually take 3 or 4 minutes to read. And the good thing is you can go back and reread if you miss something. All right, so today, post a YouTube video for the holidays. That's what we're going to have today. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send a poll out to us. Let me stop that. And there are 3 questions, and they all are yes or no. Panelists, Joyce, you can't vote, I don't believe. Okay, if you'll just take a few seconds. The first question is, do you have a Google account? That's yes or no. Do you have an Android phone? Yes or no. Do you have a Gmail account? Yes or no. All right, so just go ahead and pick your answer there. I'll give everybody a little bit of time to get that. And we'll just wait. All right, everyone has just about voted. Hang on just a second. All right, it looks like we have all the votes in. So we're going to end the polling. And I have those answers. Now, without looking individually at what your answers were, I just want to say that if you answered yes to any one of those, then you should have answered yes to all 3 of them. All right, because if you have an Android phone, you have to have a Gmail account, or a Google account, I should say. If you have a Google account, you have a Gmail. All those things are intertwined. So if you said yes to one of those answers and no to one of the others or both of them, that would be incorrect because you do have all 3 of them. All right, so what we're going to look at today is I want to show you, and you're going to see, we're going to do this live, and I want to show you how to post a video to YouTube. Now, the one question you might ask is, okay, where do I get the video? Well, we're not actually going to cover that in this webinar. There are tons of ways to get videos. You can do them on your phone. If you have a webcam, you can create a video in webcam. Some programs allow you to take your pictures and make a video out of pictures. It sort of looks like a slideshow with moving pictures. There's all kinds of ways to do that. And what I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to break down those probably into webinars or maybe blogs. And I'm going to teach you how to do all those things. But for the moment, what I want to show you is, let's say you have a video and you would like to put the video on YouTube. Now, YouTube is part of Google, if you don't know that already. So what I've done is I'm here on my Google page. I'm going to go up in the upper right-hand corner. You can see a little picture of me there. And you see a square with all the little dots. And if I click on that, I get a Google menu. And in this case, I have YouTube as one of my options. And I'm going to click on that. Now, I have a number of accounts in YouTube. So I would have to make sure I'm logged into the right account, which one I want to upload to. If you just have one personal account, then it's not any problem. But if you look in the upper right-hand corner, you can see my 4KCC logo. So I know I'm on the right or the correct account. Now, coming over from that logo to the left, there are some icons. There's messages, there's other things. There's a little camera. And if I put my mouse on it, you can see that it says create a video or post. So I'm going to click on that, and it gives me two options. I can upload a video, or I could go live. By the way, going live, that's another way that you can create a video. Because if you go live on YouTube, that can be saved as a video that can be posted, on your YouTube account. And again, if you have Google or Gmail, you have a YouTube account because it's part of Google. So I'm going to say upload a video, and we're going to take a look at the screen that comes up when we do that. And you can see that I could drag and drop something into that box, or I can click on it. But before I do that, I want to point out that there's a little drop-down menu. And if I put my mouse on there, you see the word privacy comes up. If I click on the drop-down menu, these are the options that I have: public, unlisted, private, and scheduled. Now, not everyone in YouTube has this scheduled. There are some requirements for that, which I'm not going to go into right now. And YouTube is actually making some changes around that. So that's not really important. So we're going to skip by the scheduled part. But I'm going to explain the difference between public, unlisted, and private. If you post a video as public, that means anyone who goes to YouTube can search for your video, or they can just come across it accidentally, or your video could come up as a recommended video. So it's totally in the open. Anyone can see it. Unlisted. Unlisted means that it's still available for anyone that goes to YouTube, but they won't find it in the search. If they happen to come across it somehow, they can watch your video. But unlisted just simply means that it's not listed in the search. So if they search for the video, they won't find it. The third is private. If you post a video that's private, then you have the ability to send a link to whomever you want to see that video, and they can click on the link and go to the video. Now, when might you want to use private? All right, suppose that you had some family function, and maybe you used your phone and took video there, and you want the family to see it, but you don't want the whole world to see it. All right, so you could go through the process of uploading the video, which we're going to show you the one way today, and you could mark it private, and then you'll get a link, and you can send that link to anyone in the family or your friends or whoever that you want to see the video. Now, one thing I want you to know, that don't panic. Suppose you forget this little drop-down menu and you let something, because the default is normally public. Suppose that you do that, you upload the video, and then you realize, oh no, I wanted to make this private. All right, there's an opportunity to change it later. However, this is the easiest way. You really should think about this before you post the video. So the one I'm going to post, I'm going to post it as public. I'm going to click on the arrow for upload, and it's going to bring up a window in my machine. And I happen to know where I stored the video, which was under downloads. And I have a video called Gift Card Promo 12_2018. And this is a little video that I put together, and it has to do with the business. It's business related, and you're going to see it later, not here in the webinar, but you're going to get the link that will allow you to click and see the webinar. And the reason I'm not going to show you now is with the webinar, the videos, when I try to play a video, I'm already broadcasting through the webinar software. Sometimes that doesn't work too well. Either the video won't play or the sound is off or whatever. So we're not actually going to see the video, but I'm going to show you how to upload it and mark it. So I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to come and click on open in the box. And what that's going to do is that's going to open a new window. And if you look at the top here, let me see if I can make this a little bigger so you could see better. Yes. Okay, if you look at the top, you can see uploading. All right, now this is not a long video, it's only 15 seconds. So it didn't take anything to upload it. And now it's doing YouTube processing. And that's so that it will work correctly in YouTube. Couple things about uploading. If you are new to YouTube, you do have a limit. You cannot post anything longer than 15 minutes. When I do the webinars, they're 30 minutes. And of course, I don't have any trouble posting them. And the reason I don't have any trouble posting them is because I've been in YouTube a long time, and whatever their requirements are, I've gone past the 15-minute limitation. But that's one thing you need to know. The other thing is that longer videos, like this was only 15 seconds. When I do the webinar, which is usually around 30 minutes, it can take 10, 15 minutes to upload and process, and that's not unusual. Now, before we go any further though, this is where you need to make some changes. Okay, so the first thing is, it gives a title. So, and it gives a title of the video. Whatever title you gave the video, that's what it puts in that first box. Now, most of the time I change that. All right, so first, for instance, if I do a webinar and I upload, let's say today's webinar, the title is Webinar 02/05/2018. I don't want that in the title box. People coming along and seeing that would mean absolutely nothing. So I'm going to click in there and I'm going to change the title, and I'm going to say, I'll make the title, I'll say last minute gift idea from 4KCC. All right, now we'll put a description in the video. And like in the case of the webinars, this is where I normally put, this is our webinar from December 5th, 2018, where we talked about uploading YouTube videos. So I'm going to say here, yes, 4KCC offers gift cards. All right, and then I could make a longer description, whatever. Then there's something called tags, where I can tag the video that if someone searches for it, they can find it. So I'm going to put as a tag gift cards. I type that out and then I hit the enter key, and you see it makes a little box with an X. If I change that, I could, take that out. I'll say holiday gifts and hit the enter key. And whatever things I think someone might search for, I'm going to put 4KCC. That's what I make for the tags. And the idea is that if someone does do a search on YouTube using the words that I put in as tags, my YouTube video will come up. Okay. Now, while I'm on this page, also over here on the left, under the little preview for the video, it tells me that my upload status is complete, and it says your video will be live at, and that is the shortcut. If I wanted to take that, I could take that and copy it and send that to somebody, or in my case with the webinars, I put it in the email follow-up. All right, so that is what's on the basic info page. You have two other tabs. One is called translations. I can click on that. And it will normally keep the original language, which whatever I did it in, I'm in English. So I could take English, all right, English, and then I could set that language. And then if I wanted to translate it into something else, I could add a language, which I never translate mine, but I could add Spanish, Italian, French, whatever, and have my video translated into that language. All right, now my guess is you're not going to use that right away and we're not going to worry about it. But I wanted you to see that it's there if you ever decided to do that. Now, also across the top, we have advanced settings. All right, now, if you want, normally by the default, the allow comments is checked. So that means if you put a video up and someone comes across it, they can make a comment on it. Now, there are times in YouTube that you might not want to allow comments, especially if you're putting something up that could be a little controversial. You might not want to hear about it. But normally I leave that in, and then I can show all except potentially inappropriate comments, so I can pick that. And I can sort by top comments or newest first, whichever way I want to do it. I also give that viewers can view ratings for this video if you want to. Now, normally, the next thing down, license and rights ownership. Normally, that's a standard YouTube license. And there's also Creative Commons, but you would not be using that for your own videos most likely. This is where you have to be careful. Sometimes people will put videos up that have copyrighted music as soundtrack. And if the owner of that copyright comes across it, they can go to YouTube and say, we want our music off of this video. So what YouTube often does is they will mute the music to a video. They'll leave the video up, but they will mute the music, and there'll usually be a message that says audio not available due to copyright. All right, so, but normally if you were just putting a video up that you made or whatever, it would be the standard YouTube license. Now, category. If I click on this drop-down menu, there's all kinds of stuff here that I could choose from. Okay, science, how to. Mine normally default to how to because we're a computer company, and most of the time when I put videos up, they're related to training or how to do something. But I can pick from some of these others. If I was putting a video up, say, of Gus, I would change that to pets and animals. All right, if I was putting a video up of Joyce, I might change that to people and blogs. All right, and then, you know, there's all those kind of things that I can do. So in this case, I'm just going to leave it how to because it's related to my computer business. All right, then the video language is English. We already established that. We can allow viewers to contribute translated titles, descriptions, and subtitles. You could put a check mark in there. I normally leave that blank. The truth is, on my videos for KCC, I don't get a lot of interaction outside the United States. And I don't get a lot of interaction outside of people that speak English. If I found that more people were coming from different countries or, you know, different language areas, I could change that. The recording date, I would normally just leave that as today if I did it today. Video statistics, make that public. I could. That means how many people watched the video. How many people liked it or disliked it? In YouTube, people can dislike a video. Okay, then finally, the most important thing, contact. This video contains paid promotion, such as a paid product placement, sponsorship, or endorsement. All right, so that means if I was putting a video up and I was being sponsored by, say, Microsoft, I would have to check that box. All right. And finally, I missed one in the, I might have, yes, I missed one in the, I missed two in the left column, two areas actually. Caption certification. This content is never aired on television in the United States, blah, blah, blah. You don't normally have to do anything with that. I can allow embedding. All right, publish to my subscriptions. If you subscribe to 4KCC, you would see that. I can also enable age restrictions. Now again, none of my videos need to be restricted by age, but those are all options that you can choose, and you can choose that from this first page that comes up. Now, at the moment, we uploaded the video, all right, and it has been processed by YouTube. I filled out all these things, but it is not ready to go yet because I haven't published it. Okay, so I'm going to click on publish this video now, and it's going to publish it. And now once again, it gives me the link. I can share that link. I can embed that link, which I'll explain in a minute, or I could email that link. Okay, so what does that mean to embed? That means if I have a web page and I want to embed it, put it on that web page, I can do that. And when I click on that, as you can see, that text looks way different than just a regular share. And even the email, you can see I could email right from here and say who it's to. I could send a message and it will send the link to it. Most of the time what I do is I click share, I highlight this, I copy it, and then I put it where I want it. So that's how I do that. Now I could return to editing if I wanted to. There's also something called the YouTube Studio Beta. That's another thing I could do. And I could actually edit my video a little bit in that. I'm not going to go in that today because that's actually another webinar. I could spend easily 30 minutes on the YouTube Studio. Plus it is in beta. What does beta mean? It means they put it out for people to use, but it's really in testing mode, and changes when they finally come out of beta, it could be way different than what you used in a beta version, or it could be almost identical with a few little changes or additions. So we're not going to go into that today, but I do want to show you, I'm going to copy that link, and now I'm going to open another tab, and I'm going to paste that link, and I'm going to go to that, and I'll probably have to try to stop this because it's going to want to play automatically. All right, so what will happen is this is going to load on the page, and again, you can see down here, it's only 15 seconds. All right, and if I scroll down here a little bit, you can see that 4KCC published it today. I could look at analytics. I can look at that. I could edit it. You would not have that when you go look at it. I'm logged in. It's my video, so I could edit it. And then I could show more. And if people make comments, I could see the comments there. Later on up here, see it says no views. There are no likes. There are no dislikes. All right, so eventually as people see that video, those things will change. How many people viewed it, how many people liked it or disliked it. And you could share it. You could share it with someone else that you wanted to have see the video. Now, I do want to explain one thing. Sometimes when you go to watch a video on YouTube, it will start with an ad. Okay? So when it wants to start with an ad, that's when you have a regular YouTube account. Okay, my videos, when I go watch videos on YouTube, mine do not start with an ad. And the reason for that is that I have a YouTube premium account, what they used to call YouTube Red. And we've talked about this before. I believe I blogged on it. And you pay so much a month for that. And the idea is that I don't have to see the ads. But when you go to this, not this ad, not this, but when you go to some videos on YouTube, you'll see ads that start first. And you have to sit through them, or sometimes they make you wait 10 seconds before you can skip them, whatever. But at this point, now I'm going to email everyone, And when the follow-up email comes out, you'll have the link for this. And if you're a subscriber, and let me just show you that. If you have not subscribed to our videos, you should. Let's see. Let me get here. I probably can't show you on that one. Let me get here a minute and find something. Let's see if... now, mine still show edit, but when you go there, you'll see that you can subscribe to our channel. If you subscribe to the channel, then you will get a notice that there's a new video up and they'll give you a link to go see it. But if you're not a subscriber, and you should be, because I put videos up and I'm putting more up all the time, and they're all to help you with computers. So that would be a great thing to do. All right, Joyce, do we have any questions at this point?
No, there are no questions.
Okay, so once again, every time there are no questions, I always think to myself, well, either everyone, I lulled them into sleep, or I'm such a fantastic instructor that I've just explained everything so well, there are no questions. But if there, yes, Joyce just yelled, that's it. But if there are any questions, we're gonna log off. If there are any questions, you know, just shoot us an email and we'll try to help you. In the meantime, you're gonna get this link with the follow-up. Please go look at this and see what you think of the video. Okay, have a great day and thanks for attending.